Welcome to Get the Facts, and if you've ever tried to import a package or wondered how Jamaica Customs works, this segment is for you. From understanding what a C number is to knowing why items get detained and how you can retrieve them, today we're breaking down the customs process in simple terms to help importers navigate it more easily. Joining us to explain it all is Mr. Leroy Utah, Manager of Air Cargo at the Norman Manley International Airport, who will walk us through some of the most important things importers need to know. Sir Utah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's jump right into getting some facts here. Now, what are some of the most noticeable changes that importers would now see at the Jamaica Customs Agency when it comes to goods flowing?
All right, thank you for that question. The Jamaica Customs Agency has a number of initiatives in place as it relates to the importation of goods into the country and the flow, that is the movement of goods from the port of entry, the seaport or the airport to the final destination of the importer. Let me start with commercial shipments, and then I'll talk about somewhat the personal type shipments. So the initiatives for the commercial type shipments, we have what we call site inspection. And this is where an importer, goods move directly from the port after scanning and documentary checks to the importer's premises for examination.
Okay.
So in instance, what is happening is that the customs officer will go to the importer's premises and carry out that physical examination. So what happened in this instance is that it eases the flow and the challenges and the ports in terms of bottleneck. Right? So you don't have to come and join that line and have or make an appointment to the operators for them to now schedule you when you can get the goods directly to your place of premises. So customs will provide that service. Secondly, we have what we call the AEO program, our Authorized Economic Operators program, and these are commercial importers that we refer to as our trusted traders.
All right. Trusted traders.
Okay. So in this instance, what is happening now is that the goods, again, whether it's containerized shipment or break bulk shipment, these goods are scanned again and released from the port of entry to the importer's premises without any intervention from customs, meaning a physical examination is not done. And as I said, these are our trusted traders. It's persons who have been conducting business with customs over a period of time, and customs get to know them, the background in terms of the invoices that is presented, the actual duties payable and everything. So we don't have a challenge with these importers, right? Again, the goods are just scanned, released to the importer, and that is it.
And the idea here is to improve the flow.
To improve the flow of the goods coming from the port of entry. Especially in December, we have peak, and there tends to be bottleneck, right? And our trusted traders won't have that type of problem in December. Persons with the site inspection status won't have that type of challenge either, because these goods are scanned, released from the port of entry to the importer's premises. One, for site inspection, for examination. Two, AEO, there's no physical examinations taking place there.
Got it.
As it relates to our personal type importer. So these are persons who might import barrels, or boxes, small type packages. We have what we call a contactless clearance. In this instance, the importer doesn't have to be physically present on the port of entry, right? The operator, that is, or the freight forwarder, once the duties are paid, customs will examine that package outside of the importer's presence, right? So once the importer show up, all they will need to do is to present the validated bill of lading to the warehouse operators, pay the relevant fee, and the goods is released to them. So there's no waiting time.
Yeah.
You don't have to come and sit down and join a line or a queue for customs, any form of interaction with customs, because the goods would have already been examined.
Right.
And you're just waiting there for release and just pick up and you're good to go.
Efficiency is what I'm hearing. But tell me, let's take a step forward. The C number, or, well, some people might know it as a customs declaration, but I hear more people calling it the C number. What's that?
All right. So it's actually the reference number that is assigned to a declaration. And the declaration is generated from our Asicuda World system. And of importance, a declaration is only generated for goods value over the de minimis value. And the de minimis amount now is actually US $100.
So let's underline this. So you only get the C number if the goods
The value
being imported
of the goods
are above 100
is
USD.
above 100 US dollars.
And it's an automatic generation, or does the importer have to request it?
No, the importer doesn't have the request. It's an automatic generation. So what the importer will do, depending on whether it's a courier operator, or it's an agent, or a freight forwarder, or a customs broker,
Right.
can generate the C number. So once a person have the validated bill of lading or an airway bill, the relevant invoices are in place. Any operator with an account to customs Asicuda World system should be able to generate the C number for the importer.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about the C number, but we're going to go to a break right now. Please, we're talking about customs and the flow of goods. Stay with us, and we'll be back right after this break. Welcome back to Get the Facts. Today we're exploring how importers can successfully navigate the customs process. And joining us to provide more insight is Mr. Leroy Utah, Manager of Air Cargo at the Norman Manley International Airport. Sir Utah, let's pick up where we were. We're talking about the C number, and I wanted to know how having the C number helps the importer with tracking, keeping tabs on their import. How does it help?
All right, so having the C number is very important. And what the C number does, it allows the importer to verify with the JC, that's the Jamaica Customs Agency,
Right.
the authenticity of any transaction that was conducted, right? So the C number actually gives you a breakdown of the total duties payable. Right? So whether it's the import duty, the GCT, or any other fees applicable to the importation of goods, you need the C number to determine the amount payable. And
Well, hold on, let me just jump in here. You say we need the C number to determine this, but here's a scenario. What if your shipper refuses to provide that C number? Like, what do I do?
all right, so in an instance or in a situation where the shipper refuses to present the C number to any importer, we ask that importer to make contact with the Jamaica Customs Agency.
Okay.
And in making contact with us, we'll ask them for, one, their TRN, the actual name and the bill of lading or the airway bill, a tracking number if one was provided.
Right.
And with that information, we can search our system if the manifest was uploaded to the system to determine whether or not a declaration was actually prepared for the importer.
Right.
If a declaration was prepared for the importer, the C number can be retrieved from the declaration
By you
and
guys.
provided to the
Okay.
importer.
Got it.
If for any instance the way bill wasn't written off, it means therefore that a declaration was not done. And that information as well can be passed on to the importer.
Got it. Okay, so whenever people talk about customs, there's always that small thinking, what if my stuff gets detained? You know, and what are some of the reasons? So two questions I have for you. What are some of the reasons, maybe one or two, why something might be detained? And if it is detained, what do I do?
All right, so goods can be detained for a number of reasons. It could mean that the item that is being imported requires a permit or a license It could mean that we request additional invoice or invoices or any other pertinent documents
Right.
that customs might need to determine, one, the actual cost of the goods, right? If it's a situation where a permit is required for the item, then we detain the shipment and ask the persons to visit any of the government agencies or departments who will issue that permit. And once all customs requirements are met, then the shipment will be released to the importer.
Once all requirements are met. But that is implying that I can do something to clear it. But are there some things that cannot be cleared? Restricted, prohibited, no permit, no...
Most definitely. So we have restricted goods and we have prohibited goods.
Okay, help me with the distinction.
With restricted goods, it means therefore that the goods can be imported into the island, but there are what we call conditions or limitations.
Right.
And some of these conditions could mean that, again, it could be an item that requires a permit.
Okay.
It could be an item that requires a license.
So we can do something
and
about those.
Once that permits or license are issued, then the importer has all the right to clear the shipment once the relevant duties are paid.
Oh, so prohibited then means
prohibited, on the other hand, is that these goods are barred from importation. Importantly, though, what I need to note here is that these, even though it's barred from importation, there's an order that is issued by the relevant minister. Right? And in recent times, the most recent prohibited item is styrofoam boxes.
Yes.
Plastic straws.
Yeah, right.
So an order was issued banning these items from importation into the country. Right? And other examples of restricted items, as you know, opium is one such item. And we have, for example, a motorbike over 700cc rating. Those items are barred from entering the space.
No, I figure there is a list. So real quick, where could we find such a list?
So we have a list on our website, and that's www.jamaicacustoms.jca.gov.jm. You can visit the website, and the list is there. Right? Or any other government agency, for example, Ministry of National Security, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Health. They also have a list in there as it relates to either restricted items that would require a permit or goods that are barred from importation.
Got it. Here's what I believe. I think this is our final question. What's the current unaccompanied baggage allowance?
So the current unaccompanied baggage allowance, what we refer to as the UBA, is actually US $1,000. And the US $1,000 is issued to every passenger that arrived into the island. However, you must be at least 18 years and older.
That's important.
So a UBA is not issued to a minor.
Right.
That's very important. And with this US $1,000, it allows you to either bring in used or new household items. You can actually take the goods onto the plane with you as your passenger luggage, and or the goods can be shipped and can be cleared from either the seaport or the airport, bearing in mind though that there's a limitation to the time. The UBA is only valid for 60 days. That's 2 months, and that's very important. Most times, people will show up either at the seaport or at the airport to utilize the UBA, and it is expired.
Has expired.
So they have to bear that in mind, that there's a time frame there, and it needs to be utilized within the required time frame.
Right. 18 and over within 60 days.
Within 60 days.
Sir, you the final 2 seconds of the interview. We can find more information about the UBA on the website as well.
We can find more information about the UBA and Customs website as well.
Thank you so much. This has been Get the Facts, and we've been discussing the flow of goods. In fact, easing the flow of goods in our first segment, and what goods can and cannot flow in our second. Our guest was Manager of Air and Cargo at the Norman Manley International Airport, NMIA, Mr. Leroy Utah. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Theodore Henry. Take good care.